Sustainable Living Center Workshop and Farm. All of our activists and organizers are busy right now, so if you leave your name and phone number, we will return your call promptly. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Today we are witnessing a historical moment in which our political, economic, social, and cultural models are collapsing. In fact, they're failing to provide us with a sustainable future. Our communities must design new models, new alternatives that return democracy and accountability to our political structures, and resilience and sustainability to our economic ones. One of these alternatives is how we live. In fact, how we relate to each other, and how we use our resources. Welcome to our Santa Cruz Sustainable Living Center Workshop and Farm number 1. Thanks for stopping by. Let me show you how it works. Over here, we have raised beds which we are growing strawberries in, and we've used recycled lumber from a local landfill. So on this property, we have redesigned and engineered our physical relationship to the land and our home to be more productive, efficient, and sustainable. All of our ornamental trees, plants, grass, and wasteful sprinkler watering systems have been replaced with fruit-bearing trees, raised vegetable beds, drip and gray water irrigation systems. Let me show you some of our delicious fruit trees. We have a lemon tree and a grapefruit tree, 2 apple trees to my right. As we walk down the south side of the house, we have a fully blossoming orange tree. In fact, get an idea of how fun it is to pick your own fruit. And see, I think this is a pineapple guava. And as we come down, a little orchard. So we've got a peach tree right here. And back on this side, we're growing fig. And you can see some of the fruits coming into blossom now. And again, we have some pear. And over here, pineapple guava. You can see all the fruits blossoming. Not only is it beautiful, but soon we're gonna have so many. I think I brought a whole basket to the theater one time when I was doing a show. We have fig. Wild mint is growing all along the ground. And as we walk down further, we have some more peach. And if you look here, this is actually a technique I learned from our resident handyman and builder. This is a grafting on of additional stems to have more fruit. And finally, over here we have some vines that are going to be fruiting berries. I think this is blackberry. And let's finish our tour of the fruit trees. Over this way, we have apple growing on this plant in the center. And this actually brings us to the next spot in our tour.
We have recently built a chicken coop and purchased chickens. The chickens get first choice from our food scraps before they go to the compost pile, and they also enjoy picking out worms and larvae from the compost. Eventually they'll provide us with eggs as well.
We've also recently transitioned from car and oil dependencies to using bicycles, which not only reduces our carbon footprint, but saves us some money, resources, and integrates a lot more exercise into our daily routines.
These are our bees, which pollinate our fruit trees and vegetable crops, and also those of our neighbors. In addition to these pollination services, they will eventually provide us with honey and beeswax, which also have beneficial uses.
This is our gray water system, which hooks up to our washer in the second story above and pumps water down to our fruit trees and our gardens below, saving us hundreds of gallons of drinking water every month. Now, imagine if everyone would switch to a gray water system, hooking a hose up to their washer and using biodegradable detergents. We could save a tremendous amount on our water resources, and as a culture, become a lot more sustainable at large.
We also compost our kitchen scraps to make fertilizer. And we recycle about 70% of our non-compostable waste. So the former lawn has been replaced with a weed blocker made of old cardboard boxes and wood chips from tree trimmings. This basically provides a non-toxic and durable groundwater retention and weed blocker. And dry our clothes on clotheslines in the sun as much as possible. One, to reduce our use of natural gas, but also to participate in a simpler, more sustainable lifestyle. In fact, here's the guy behind it all.
Hey, Rose, I just hooked up the solar panels. They're putting out 15 kilowatts of power.
That's great. That's Drew. He's our resident handyman. Well, and he built this place. He also installed the solar panels and the collectors that give us our hot water and electricity. Drew, can we come up and take a look?
Yeah, come on up. Come on up on the roof and have a look.
Whoa.
Yeah, step to your right. I was just finishing painting the insulation on these vacuum tube solar collectors. These collectors and the solar panels on your left provide all the electricity and the heating needs for both of our houses.
Wow. So do these get hot?
No, actually they stay pretty cool. They have a vacuum between the actual collector material that the hot water runs through and the outside, and so the vacuum insulates them from getting heat loss, and so we retain as much heat as possible in the collection of the system. This system and these collectors on this house and on the other house provide all the electricity and heat for the needs of both houses. In fact, we produce more electricity than we actually need. I'm planning to build an electric car like the one I built in '93 out of an old Volkswagen Rabbit and an old forklift motor from a junkyard, and use the excess electricity that these panels on both houses provide us to run an electric car so I can run around town and stuff.
What? You made an electric car out of old junk?
Yeah. And in fact, I made both these houses out of a lot of recycled materials. About 65% of these houses are made out of recycled materials from old construction projects and landfill waste.
That's awesome.
Actually, Rose, I couldn't have done all this work by myself. I had a lot of help from my friends. And here's one of them right here. This is Evelyn, my apprentice.
Hey you guys, how's it going?
So this was the first painting and glazing of tile that I did for Drew. So the first art project that I did for Drew around this time last year. And I did it by taking tape, and I've done a lot of stencil work in the past, and so I wanted to incorporate that somehow into the tile artwork. And so I stuck a bunch of tape on here, and then I just cut away with my X-Acto knife. And I dabbed the paint on with just like a sponge and stuff, and I think that's a technique that I'll be working with in the future, more in the future. But I did the sun and the moon like that too, and then this was more organic, just kind of like doing, because I do henna tattoos as well, and so I incorporated some of my henna patterns here, 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 and then here. And then this was the first-hand experience that I got working with setting and grouting and design and layout of tile. Also cutting on the kitchen floor, which was the first thing that we did. We also did this art project here. This was the second art project where he let me use the diamond saw. That was really, really fun. I still really like it. It's kind of, it plays into my whole cutout stuff. Like I like to cut paper and stuff, so this is a different kind of cutting, but it's the same thing really. Yeah. Hey! So, all the stuff I just showed you, all of the work that I did, it all led to this big project that we put together, Drew and I. It is a steam room and shower. And yeah, it took us about half a year to finish, but we did it. And it's a underwater and also an over water scene. It's a scene of Cuba. It's got a volcano and flags, and you can come and see it.
What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? Oh, I love a lot of things about it. I like that there's a Mighty Mouse in it. It's so random. There's also a plane, and there is just all kinds of stuff. There's quotes in the clouds, and there's even a shark attack. And my favorite part, I have to say, is the ceiling. It's a spaceship I did, and I got Drew to put a red light into it, and it almost glows. It glows and it lights up the steam room when you're in it, and yeah. But it's my favorite because I designed it, and it's my own spaceship that I can, yeah, I liked it. Come on in.
I keep walking in your shoes, I wouldn't worry none. While you and your friends are worried about me, I'm having lots of fun. Counting flowers on the wall, that don't bother me at all. Smoking cigarettes, oh, that's the wrong song. Playing solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell me I've nothing to do. I kind of messed that one up. Should I do that again? Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Hey, Dylan.
Tell me I've nothing to do.
Oh, Dylan.
Yo, yes.
Hey, is it time for lunch already?
Yes, it is. Come on down.
Awesome. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Counting flowers on the wall, that don't bother me at all. Playing solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51.
No, I have grown a lot. I came here being homeless for the past 2 years, pretty much. No, I pretended like I wasn't by pretending like it was, I was just like going back and forth to Portland, staying at my friends for different periods of time, and thinking that I was like doing something with myself when I was really just going around in circles, and I wasn't going anywhere. I was pretending like I was. Being here has definitely given me a lot of focus, and I feel like I know more of who I am now, and I've developed a lot. Like I've always wanted, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to sing, and I wanted to make music, and I had never thought I could. Like I could sing and stuff, but I never thought like that I would be doing what we're doing. And so I'm like, wow. I think it's so amazing, and I'm very grateful.
Well, it's all about manifesting what you want in your life. You visualize it. You work, you do everything you can to make it as real as you can in your mind, and then if you look for the opportunities that present themselves in your life, then you can seize on those opportunities, because the thing you have in your mind, the vision, is so carved, so well defined in your brain that you can go out and make it happen. When I was trying to get into London School of Economics, I was telling Rose, I made a little movie. I just took like all these photos of the London School of Economics, just like around the campus, in the library and stuff. And I took like pictures of me, superimposed them on Photoshop of me like walking down the campus or in the library, hanging out. And then I would, look at that every day, along with like some affirmations that would say, I got in, and it's great being in this great campus with all this wonderful, multicultural, global perspective, everything and all that stuff. So and then it all came true. That's how I got in. I think a lot of that helped. Not that it just, happened to be this, like The Secret, where you just like wish for it that it happens. It's like but if you put your mind, I think it's almost like hypnotizing yourself, so that you're aware of the opportunities when they present themselves. You're so thoroughly devoted to that vision, and I see this house as like a devoted vision. The way that you have been putting all of this attention to and care into all the different levels, the solar paneling on top, trying to conserve energy, the composting and the recycling, and the community. And it's always about this vision of the future where as the resources that we've been using we've been slowly stripping off of the earth, slowly become depleted, all of a sudden, what are we going to be doing? You need to have the vision first before you can have the action. And I think that's what this is like the beginning, the seed of a vision that is going to eventually blossom into the future, which is going to be I think as long as we keep thinking this in mind, we'll see, in the next few years, we'll see more and more people we'll see it materialize. I think it's kind of like, who said it? Was that quote that be the change you want to see in the world?
Yeah, exactly.
Gandhi?
Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, he probably read The Secret.
Yeah, it's on the wall in my study room.
I think he knows what's
He
up.
wrote The Secret.
Yeah.
He felt the secret.
He knew the secret.
He had the secret. He told the secret.
He meditated on the secret.
Good the secret.
The secret.
I know for a fact that after living here, it has already changed my life. But as I graduate in 3.5 weeks with Dylan up at UCSC, a lot of the tools I didn't get when I was growing up, I'm kind of committed now to reteaching myself and continuing learning how to make it accessible for me to continue the practices and the patterns that you've already set in place here. Because we got to enter this already thriving place and help it thrive more. And, take your lessons and take your direction to implant all of these services in our own abilities now. And the fact that, I had never gardened before until this, and it was ridiculous how proud I was after weeding one little plot. Or when I garden out there, people stop and talk to me about the house because there's something happening here. And you can feel it. It's why I stopped. And it's what makes me want to keep looking for it and makes me want to keep doing it. So I don't know what's going to happen in 4 weeks, but it just feels like a graduation and a commencement into more of this. And so thank you for planting the seeds.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for all of you guys for just watering it with, you know, your music and our cooking and our ridiculous potlucks with too much music and too much laughing and too much wine. It's been really good.
I just want to thank all of you, profoundly thank all of you for coming into my life and being a wonderful gift, because I feel like I've learned so much, sincerely and honestly, that you have given me wonderful gifts, and I think that I don't feel like your landlord. I feel like your friend, and I feel like you're my friends, and I feel like we've really learned a lot from each other, and I think that there's a dynamic that will carry on into our lives, and I think that it's a really, we're creating a new model here for sustainability and for the future, and I think that we're seeing that we can change the way we behave and change the way we do things that are much more constructive for each of us as individuals, that we can help each other learn, we can help each other grow, we can help each other be more responsible in terms of our environment, and I think that's really the only way that we can ensure a future for all of us. You know, if we don't learn how to live more in harmony with the environment and with Mother Nature and be more responsible, we're doomed. You know, we have no future. And so I'm really very grateful for the gift that you have given me. I mean, to be around such wonderful creative people, and I'm not just saying this, you know, in any way to be flattering. I mean, you are very intelligent, loving, wonderful, gifted people, and very thoughtful, respectful, and it's just been a real joy to be hanging out with you guys. And you know, it's been a wonderful experience, and I really wish you the greatest future that life can hold.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All right, let's jam.
All right.
Okay.
Howdy.
What are you gonna play?
Mr. Dillon.
We are going to play today. I can find the lyrics.
Something we haven't rehearsed for a long
Or
time.
do we want to try to do it without lyrics?
Yeah.
We'll probably try it.
Yeah.
We're on the road, must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, the Father's help slowly go by, and see them on their knees, the ones they pick, the ones you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh.
Well, thanks for stopping by. And if you want any more information, feel free to contact us at transitionsc.org. Thank you. Bye, all.
Yes, you have no bananas, 'cause the banks took your money away.
I wanted to take a steam bath.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry about
We've
that.
been recording in here.
Yeah, this has got some great acoustics in here, man. Actually, we
just really dig it in here.
Yeah, it's okay if we just check us out. Listen to It sounds really good. Come on. We'll come back in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Who put the plastic bag in the compost?
This has been a Banana Films production. Okay, wait, can we do it again?